Hello.
I'm bad at board games.
Well, he's bad at board games.
I'm Bradley.
And I'm Topher. I can't.
We're bad at board games, so you don't have to be. We're going to go over our top 5 games of our game group. No, this is why I do this, because I like making him laugh.
Oh.
We're going to go over our top 5 games of our game group right now. So these are games that we expect to change as we continue to evolve over the next, like every quarter. I'm sure, something new comes in. It's like, oh, I want to play that more than we were playing something else. But as of today, we have 5 games that continually are coming back week after week. We play 1 or 2 of these depending on the length. We just continue to enjoy them, even though we've played them multiple times. So what's our number 5 game?
So starting with number 5, we have Space. This is surprisingly a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it would be good. You guys talked about it. I was not here the first time that they played Space. But man, I really enjoyed this game, so much so that I bought it that night. So I'd have it in my collection as well. If you are familiar with Machi Koro, which is also a great game, this is, in my opinion, a little bit better of a game than Machi Koro, but it's got a lot of similarities between it. With Space, it's obviously a space theme. I love both. I enjoy both themes, but this one just plays smoother. It just plays better, I think.
And what I really like about this game is that you are engaged in everyone's turn. So I watched some of this on the Dice Tower. They were just talking about it and how much they enjoyed playing it. And the more I learned about it, you're never bored. You are wanting your opponents to go because you actually can get more money, more income, and more rocket victory points shooting you into space on your opponent's turns than you can yours as you start to build out your tableau. You can play this sneaky game, which I had this victory point condition every time somebody rolled a 2. I'm moving up 1 or 2 points on the victory condition, and I was blowing everybody away. And then what happened?
Then I won.
No, that's not what happened. So I won. Who won?
Brad won.
Brad won. You
He
won't hear that.
have,
You won't
but
hear
he
that
did
very
win.
often.
It was my first game. We'll chalk it up to that. He had this engine going that he was slowly building up, but I was able to come in, and I did have quite I don't want to call it tableau, but had quite an engine going myself that I was able to gain a lot of ground in the game kind of quickly. I think I surprised a lot of people.
Yeah. He didn't win because I got to go before him on the last round. But the other interesting thing about this game, which cements it to me as far as like a gamer's game versus just something you would get at Target, is there is more depth in the strategy of the cards that you buy. It's not just rolling dice and luck. There's probability. You know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on 2 dice are going to come up way more than 8 through 12. So which cards are you going to buy? Which rewards are you going to try to get? And he was able to unlock a strategy that we hadn't seen yet, and he got a 2x. So every time he got that 2x, which is maybe on like a 7, he was choosing to use it on his 12, which gave him 10 victory points, and so he got double that. And it was bam, bam, and had it,
so close to winning.
Yeah, and then I made sure I got that card before he did in the next game that he beat me at. But that doesn't matter. I still won.
It is a dice rolling game. You're rolling dice. There's a lot of luck in dice rolling games, but this one does not have just sole luck. It takes enough of a strategy with the cards you pick and where you are going to play them, when you're going to choose to swap them, when you're going to choose to maybe build an engine for your income more than buying a new card. There is a little bit of strategy into the game. It's not a very heavy game, but there is a little bit of strategy in it that takes it away from being just luck driven. And the fact that we all play it all the time is great. Yeah, there's no just sitting and waiting.
If you want to know a little bit more about this game, you can click one of the links down below. I give a full review of this and hopefully enjoy it. So number 4 on our list, Super Mega Lucky Box. So Toph, you would have never thought you liked this either, right?
No, I am not one for party games. I am not normally the person that says, let's play something super simple. And I was wrong. This game is mad fun in a small little package.
Yeah, I heard about this before I went to Gen Con. I found the company, Game Right. Sorry, Game Right. Forgot. This is one of my top games. So Game Right, great job. I played this. It took me a few minutes to demo it, but once I got it, I'm like, okay, for $15, totally picking this up. Immediately started playing this that day and really haven't stopped. This game comes out all the time.
Yeah. It's great because it plays fast. It's another one of those games that everybody's playing all at one time, so there's not a lot of sitting around just waiting. But because the game plays so fast, we could sit down and here's a bunch of gamers playing a heavy-ish, 3, maybe 3.5 weight game, and then ending the night with Super Mega Lucky Box and having almost just as much fun as we did playing, some of these heavier, more popular games.
Yeah,
it's a great game.
Yeah, I can't recommend this enough. This is on my top games to buy at Christmas. You can check that link out as well. But 15 minutes from kids to grandma, you'll really be surprised about this. I highly recommend looking into it and seeing what you think.
Yeah, give it a shot. It's a great family game. It's great for anybody, and it's definitely one to add to a collection.
And if I had to sum it up, think gamers bingo. Yep. So bingo, boring. This, super fun.
Super mega lucky fun.
Nice. That was awesome.
So game 3 in our gamers group is a game that is newer to the community. You may have heard of it, you may have not. It is called The Hunger by Richard Garfield.
It'll really take a bite out of you. What?
You look different, Brad.
I've been wearing this the whole time.
Sure. I believe it too. You may have heard of Richard Garfield. He is actually the inventor of Magic the Gathering, a game that I know I have played. I don't know if you have played that or not, but that is definitely one that I've played over the years. My, what big teeth you have. The Hunger is a game about vampires. And so we are playing as vampires. We are heading away from the castle at night, going out on a quest, a journey to be able to, get some blood, get some people added into our arsenal. We're also going out looking for quests, looking to be able to get victory points in various different ways, all in a hope that before the sun rises, we get home back to the castle before we die when the sun rises.
It's beautiful on the table. The game board is gorgeous. Cards are really gorgeous. Really like the art style of this. The instructions are garbage. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's a lot simpler than the instructions make this seem, and it's really just your movement. So it's a mini deck builder with a push your luck. A lot of people, I have not played Clank, don't hate me, but it has that push your luck. You got to go all the way out in 15 turns, and you got to come all the way back and get to the castle before you die. And you get slower and slower the more you feed, because as you build your deck, instead of getting vampire cards, you're getting humans. And then those humans don't allow you to move, and you're like, I'm only need 2 more spots, and you don't get it.
You're not getting it, yeah. And that's kind of the fun of it. I think the push the luck aspect is good. I have played where I've gotten all the way to the very end of the track and back. I've also played where I have not gone anywhere near the halfway point and gotten back and still did very well with both of them. So if you want that push the luck aspect, you definitely have it. The deck building part of it is good. And it is interesting that the humans are slowing you down, but some of the humans have some really good effects that can really help you as well. So it's not saying you don't want to feed. You do want to add these cards into your deck because they do give you some really good benefits. Sometimes you have to kill them out of your deck as well. And so you hope that you have the right cards coming along to kill off some of those cards so that you shrink your deck back to allow you to get back. Because if you don't get back, if you do not make it all the way back by the time the sun comes up, you lose, you die, you are done. You cannot win the game.
Yeah, you get to count your victory points just to make yourself feel good. We've been playing this in our group several times.
Yeah, we played this one quite a bit. I would definitely recommend it. It's got a fun theme to it. I like the darker themes when it comes to games. I love the heavier games. This is not necessarily a heavy game, but it does have a good bit of components in it. So I would say if your family is interested in kind of that, what I would call a cute vampire theme. So I'm thinking like the Addams Family cartoon. This is kind of the artwork that you're going to look for. I mean, the box looks beautiful. The cards look beautiful. It's a fun gameplay.
And
Good for all ages.
And it's gamers. I mean, don't be like, oh, that's too light for me. Your game group will enjoy this game.
Yeah, definitely will.
Number 2 on our top 5 games for our gaming group is Loop. What do you think about Loop, Toph?
Loop is a great game. There's a lot of humor in the game, and it goes to say that this is one of Brad's favorite games, if you can see. Loop is a great game. It is a lot of humor. The cards have humor. The gameplay has kind of a fun aspect to it. You don't have to take yourselves too seriously. We are not the A team. We are the B team in this game, and we are doing what we can to save time.
Think of this game like Loki from the Marvel Universe. If you watch that series at all, you're trying to save the timeline, trying to keep it from getting blown up. Throw pandemic and trying to get the cubes and keep the cubes from blowing up and destroying things, and then throw in some really fun humor. The cards are hilarious. It's like super mega underwear, and don't even get me started on what the little purple wooden meeple looks like. But
yeah, there was definitely some innuendos with this game. Yeah, you're trying to stop Dr. Foe. I thought it was going to be a heavier game. I saw some reviews, or at least some pre-release information put out about the game, and some people were talking about some of the humor of it and kind of the lighthearted nature of it. But the way I kind of had an impression it was going to be a heavier, more serious game. Heavy being in the serious nature of it. And the first time we opened it up and we started playing, I was like, okay, well, we got to stop the timeline. We got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this. And then I think the first card I flipped over was the underwear. And I was just like, okay, and that's how we're going to do it. That's it right there. I mean, it's just, yes, there's a game aspect to it. Yeah, there is some stress. There's a lot more stress to it than I thought there was going to be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of anxiety in seeing these cubes. I think your take on pandemic, adding that stress of seeing the disease cubes come out on the map, we have that with this. And it's random. There's a lot of luck in the game and the aspects of how the cubes fall and where the cubes are going to go. You have a general idea, but it's not exact. You don't know exactly what's going to happen next.
The other thing I forgot to mention is that this is a cooperative game. So it's a lot of fun because you're all trying to work together and look at what powers everybody has so that on your turn, you can be as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
And if you lose, everybody loses. So this is one of those it's fun. It takes about 45 to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on how on top of it you're really trying to go. But you could be dead in 30 minutes as well, because the cards come out and you are throwing things. You're getting things thrown at you every turn, in between every player's turn. And if you beat that, there's 3 or 4 or 5 more levels that you can ramp this game up. And we haven't gotten to level 2, even though we've beaten level 1 a couple times. It's like, I don't know if we're ready to go to that level 2 where you have, super bad guys coming out and more cubes going out. It's just a lot of fun. It is one of my favorite games. Highly recommend it, but everybody's enjoyed playing it as well.
We all have. Yeah, we've all picked up on it pretty quickly. So another game that wasn't too difficult to teach. And while we haven't played at the highest complexity level yet, we've all thoroughly enjoyed the games that we have played. We have laughed through the game. We've been standing looking over the board thinking what's going to blow up next. It's a lot of fun.
It's a great little puzzle.
You're a nut. It's awesome. Brad, why do I have my eyes closed?
Well, I had to protect myself from the radiation.
Sounds good.
Our number 1 game of our top 5 for our game group is
one of my absolute favorite games by Jacob Frixilius, Terraforming Mars. And Brad, please tell me, what are you doing?
I'm a worker. I'm terraforming Mars. I had to wear my spacesuit.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Apparently, we have not yet done a good job of terraforming Mars. Brad is in his spacesuit for this review. Terraforming Mars is one of my absolute favorite games, and I'm so glad that when I brought it to this gaming group, that everybody kind of latched onto it as well and enjoyed the game. If you have not played Terraforming Mars, go ahead and get the game and play it. You are going to love it. There's a lot of reviews out there. We have one as well. You'll be able to see it down linked in the comment section. Terraforming Mars is a whole lot of mechanics thrown into one. For our top five game that we're doing right now list, this is the heaviest. It's going to be the longest of the games to be able to play. You're looking at about 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on your group and how well you know the game and how well you have analysis paralysis. But it is a great game where you are working to build an engine. You are working to manage resources to be able to create and work on projects that are going to help you terraform Mars.
It is an enjoyment to build that engine, to get the cards and figure out how you're going to play and continue to interact and block somebody by maybe getting a tile placed out on the game and raising the heat and all the other aspects of the game. And you see yourself moving up in your head, and then toward the end it's like, oh crap, I didn't finish some of those cards, and now everybody else is passing me, and that part's not fun. But it's this whole, you're interacting with your board and you're just trying to figure out clever ways to get it running and building, and you kind of get locked into one area. You can't do everything. Your engine's not going to make everything that you want.
Not gonna do everything. Yeah, if you've never played Terraforming Mars, there's a lot of aspects to this game that are really playing well together, provided you get the cards that you need.
Right.
There's a lot of replayability in this game as well, because there are so many project cards that you're never going to be pulling the same cards twice. It's also competitive, which is nice. I love co-op games, but I do enjoy a good competitive game where I can come out winning. And this is definitely one of those games where you want to just sit down and say, okay, I'm going to play. I want this large tableau in front of me. I want all these cards that are working together well. And it's a game that has been picked up quite well by our group. People who have never played it before picked it up pretty quickly. I've loved that with anybody I've taught this game to.
And you may not win right off the bat, but after you understand the mechanics, you're going to enjoy the journey even if you're not winning. And after you've played it a couple times, you're going to be right there with everybody else.
And what's nice also about this game is while you do have a track that runs around the board, everybody can see each other's terraform rating. That's not the end all victory point condition of the game. On your cards, on your projects, you also have ways to get points, and those are hidden for the most part. They are able to be seen technically according to the rules, but nobody ever is really inspecting everybody's project cards. They're there on the table and they're covered up, so you don't know who has what. There's also awards that you can fund. There's also milestones that you can claim, all of which are giving you additional victory points at the end of the game. So it is one of those games that, yeah, you can kind of, banter back and forth and say, I've got the highest terraform rating, but then at the end of the game, did I actually win? There's no telling until we count up all the points.
So that wraps up our top 5. We really hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. Check out Toph Talk. It's going to be a new series we have. We'll try to get one of these up every week, and we'll have a couple of them up over the next 2 weeks. So I hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun making it. How about you?
I did as well. You are a nut. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys today. Like you said, if you really did enjoy it, we'd love to see you coming back and watching some of our other videos. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments so we can interact with you as well. We'd love to hear what questions you have, or what comments, or what games we should be taking a look at. What should we be bringing to our gaming group? We'd love to have those recommendations as well.
And which hat did you like the best? So click here, click somewhere. Watch one of our other videos. Hopefully you find it as entertaining as this one. Have a great day.
Oh, that's awesome.